What's up, everybody? How you doing out there? In this video, I want to talk a little bit about fixing modern day TVs, like LCD TVs. In this case, I have a 4K smart TV. And what I've done is I've taken off this portion of the back so I have access to the cards that are back here. And generally, you're going to end up seeing a few different cards. These don't really get repaired like the old school TVs where everything was on the component level. Those, in many ways, are actually harder to fix because you have to trace, what exactly, went bad, what part, and then you have to replace that. So there was a girl at work, and she goes, my TV quit working. And so we went out and we bought a new one. And she goes, it's a big TV, and we don't know how to get rid of it, or something along those lines. And I said, well, I'll take it. If it's a broken TV, I'll take it, because I need a project. I like fixing things. So she's like, okay. And because I knew I was probably going to be able to fix it, I said, I'll give you $25 for it. So that way it's not a complete loss. Okay, she goes, all right. I didn't even know what was wrong with it. She just said, that there was a black screen or it didn't turn on or something like that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then so $25 for a project. And I'm thinking to myself, if I can fix it, I've got a $25 4K smart TV. If I can't fix it, I wasted $25, but I can always take out these cards, sell them on eBay, and then I get my $25 back at least, right? That's the mindset. So the very first thing you got to do when you're kind of trying to troubleshoot a television set here is you need to know what it's actually doing and what it doesn't do, right? So in this particular case, let me show you what's going on. I'm going to plug this in. We can see a light turn on right here. That's a good sign. So we know that there's power and stuff. If I take this and I turn this, we can see that there's a backlight, right? There's a backlight, but we're not seeing anything on the screen, okay? So we know that, okay, the LCD monitor, I shouldn't call it an LCD monitor, but the LCD we know is more than likely working. We can also see light back here coming through these holes. So the backlight's working. The LCD more than likely works. Now, if you don't see lights, what you do is you turn all the lights off in the room and you take a flashlight and you aim it at the LCD, at the screen. And then if you can see an image, then we know that the TV for the most part is working, but the backlight is the thing that needs to be replaced. Now, another thing that we need to do is I can see right here with the sound, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but this is the digital out, and I can see that this is lit. There's power going to this, right? There's all sorts of stuff that I can look at and say, well, is this good, is this bad, blah, blah, blah. But what I want to do is this. I want to take the remote. Somewhere around here I've got the remote. And this is covered with sawdust right now because this is in my shop. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to try to get some sound out of it, right? Hear that? Okay. Hear that? Okay, that's a good sign. What does that tell us? That tells us that our main board more than likely is working. That's a good sign. We have our power supply, right? We have our main board, and this is what's known as a T-con board, okay? Think of this as the intermediary between the main board and then the LCD. And so this is taking data and it's kind of converted into a way that the LCD can actually end up using it, right? So there's probably a problem from here to here, somewhere here. The best guess, T-con board. This is probably what is giving us problems, going by the symptoms that I'm seeing here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug this, and I'm going to remove the T-con board. These ribbon cables, what we can do is we flip this up like that. Okay, and you'll see that this is already loose because I'm pretty sure that this is exactly what's wrong with this TV. Because a T-con board is a common one. It's either this or it's a combination. I should say it's either this and a combination of this, or it's that, right? It's going to be one of these two. The power supply, you know, it could be, but more than likely it isn't. Okay, and then I'm squeezing these and I'm pulling this T-con board out, and now we're going to replace it with a new one. I know this is probably going to end up working, because nowadays it's ta-da! Cool. We're going to have to set it up though. Let me stand over here so you guys can see what I see. Well, actually, no, I can see what you guys see. So, I didn't want you to see what my password was in case you got some hackers out there that know where I live, which is easy to find where I live. Enter your email address to get Roku activation link and start streaming.
Get to know your new Roku TV in about a minute. Now let's check out your home.
I would say I've got this working, right? So anyway, that is that. And if you like the video, hit like, hit subscribe. Check out my other videos. Most of them are cooking, but I do a lot of repair stuff too. I like fixing shit. Anyway, that's that, guys. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.